How's it going, folks? This is Wayne Art back with another technique lesson today, and just lately I've been asked I've had loads of messages asking questions about how to go about singing and playing at the same time. I did do a lesson a couple of years ago, but I've had so many sort of requests just lately. Maybe you've missed that lesson, so I thought I'd do like an updated version of that lesson. And this isn't a singing lesson. I've never had a singing lesson in my life. It's just thinking back of how I sort of managed to sort of sing and play the guitar together, and it's probably one of the best things I've ever done as well. I've never sort of thought as myself of a singer, but it brings me so much joy. That's purely one of the reasons why I wanted to play guitar in the first place. And when I saw the Nirvana Unplugged, and when Oasis came along writing those great sort of songs on an acoustic guitar like Wonderwall and things like that, well, that was me. That's what I wanted to do, more so than playing a guitar. But like I say, it brings me so much joy. And people have asked, obviously how to go about that. So I'm just going to go over a few things of, thinking back of how I got started playing a guitar, because it's not easy, Obviously, if you're new to guitar, one, you've got to learn how to chord change, and then you got to put your right arm to it with your rhythm and everything. And then you got to sing over the top of that. So it is like juggling at the end of the day. It's like doing three things at once, the patting your head and rubbing your belly scenario. So first of all, what I would say is choose a song. It's probably always good to go for a fairly easy song. If you want any advice, I've got a couple of tutorials, but Songbird's a good one by Oasis. Pretty simple song. So is Zombie by the Cranberries. And, just easy sort of chord progressions that tend to repeat throughout the song. So they're good songs to get going on. But one of the first songs that I learned how to play was Wonderwall. Not a fairly easy song to play. The strumming pattern's quite difficult, but I'll show you how I sort of went about that. First of all, I sort of listened to the song without even playing the guitar. Sung it through time and time, so till I knew it sort of word by word. And then I was happy to sort of go to the guitar and sort of try and transcribe that over to the guitar. I was nowhere near getting the rhythm pattern at this point, and I just wanted to sing at a basic level and put that together. So what I tended to do is obviously get the chords down first, get the chords nailed before you even think about singing over the top. And a good bit of advice is try and play the chords and sort of not think about playing the chords, so you get it where it's sort of like a muscle memory thing, So you'd be playing the chords, and I'm talking to you now, I'm not even thinking about the chords. It's probably one song I've played, over 10,000 times this song, and I don't even have to think about it anymore. But it's good to get it up to a level where you don't even have to think about the chords, okay? And then if you just take it to a basic level, a good way to start out is just doing single strums, just going around the chords, making, like a whole note strum. So we get this. Today was gonna be the day they were gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realised what you gotta do. And so that's a great way to start out, just doing single strums on the chords and trying to sing over the top of that, getting the timing of the chords, working on your timing. Might take a while to do that. When I started doing that, it took me about a month till I could, properly do that. And then I found, I could fill the gaps in. I could just fill it, just keeping it still simple with downstrokes. So, today was gonna be the day they were gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realised what you gotta do. Okay, so when you build it up to that level, then, the next thing is to try and bring the upstrokes in. Just, still simple strumming. So now we've got a... Today was gonna be the day they were gonna throw it back to you. You get the idea, and just keep building it up like that. Now, it takes a while to get to that stage, and obviously the hardest one is when you have to think about what this hand's doing a little bit more. So obviously get to that stage, get that nailed, and sing it through where you can sing all your chord changes smooth. You can comfortably sing it over the top of those chords. Then you can start about thinking about what this arm's doing a little bit more together. Today was gonna be the day they were gonna throw it back to you. Okay, Okay, so you get the idea, and it's also important to try and pitch with the chords as well. You know, don't sort of sing sort of monotone. If you find it hard to sing in that key, obviously, you know, I'm just using Wonderwall as an example. You could always take the capo off. You know, you could sing it in a normal key. Lowers it down by, you know. Today was gonna be the day that we're gonna throw it back to you. And just try and pitch to the chords, getting that. You know, that's a good bit of advice, trying to pitch with the chords. Don't sing it sort of monotone, you know. Today was gonna be the day that we... Try and sort of pitch with the chords, you know. And if you find it too, you know, maybe too low, you could, you know, particularly, you know, a female voice, you could take the capo even higher and just keep, you know, finding the key that you're sort of comfortable in. But like I said, I'm just using Wonderwall as an example. Obviously, I mentioned those songs, Songbird and Zombie. You know, Zombie's a really good one because it's a really easy chord progression all the way through. I did do a tutorial a few months ago if you want to check that out, if you want to just scroll down my videos. But again, you could, you know, break that down and do the same thing on that song. So, another head and slowly, child is slowly taken. You could do exactly the same on that with Singlestrums. Another head and slowly, child is slowly taken. Okay, and another good bit of advice is try and, you know, look up on the internet, try and get the words, get the chords above the words. They call them buskers books. You know, you used to be able to buy a lot of books. Obviously, a lot of stuff's readily available on the internet with YouTube and everything. But I used to buy a lot of books, and what I found really, really handy about that is that, you know, the chords were always at the top of the word. So as you were singing it, you knew where the chord changes were coming as well. So, you know, I find that really helpful. So if you can't get a book, obviously, you know, try and print the lyrics off and maybe put the, you know, the chords in yourself. But it's, you know, and don't be sort of disheartened by it. It does take a while to be able to play and sing, and it's all down to practice. And if you keep chipping away, it will come through. So I hope you found that really helpful. So thanks for the support, continued support. Please do subscribe, hit the little notification bell down there to get notified every time I post a video up. And if there is any videos, you know, technique wise that you'd like me to post up, I did talk about strumming patterns last year. That's another one I get asked about a lot. But if there is anything else, you know, you could send me a personal message, either comment in the post below if you want to, but you can reach me on social media. So I'm Wayne R Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, and now also Instagram. And if you want to find me a message over on those platforms, I'd appreciate it if you followed me on those platforms anyway. That'd be great. But I do always reply to messages in it. And if I don't post a video, I can always try my best to give you a bit of advice. So until next time, stay safe, and I'll catch you all for another technique lesson very soon. Take care.